What's up? How are you? How are you? How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. What's new in the world? Well, don't answer that.
Child, nothing. Ain't nothing new.
But I now we do know a certain somebody that is in the news for some things. But
We are not even gonna start there though.
no. But I have an issue.
What's your issue?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I'll tell you when you start. I'll tell you when you start. Not no, but it's like a legit issue. Like why do we do that as people? You know. But I'll let you cook and go ahead.
You'll let me cook. Ain't that about nothing? What's going on with you, Nico? What you got new?
Working. Easter.
Working.
Easter week is busy.
Got me working day and night. Hey, cousin. I'm
Fact.
so glad you tuned in, even though it ain't our regular day.
Yes. Oh.
I be looking so forward to seeing the people that always watch and stuff like that. I love y'all.
Cousin.
So we actually have quite a bit to unpack, and I'm trying to go and not be a mama this evening. That baby with my mama again. Y'all see I done bought out Bernadette. You know what I'm saying? She's a totally different person these days.
Name it. Wow.
I mean exactly what I said. Yes.
You spice it up. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something to my face and my lips and everything. Put some on. Oh,
Okay.
you got the notification? Okay, cause period.
That's good. That's good.
That's
That's
good to know. I didn't even know that they sent the notifications. I'm glad. But let's go ahead and get into it. We got quite a bit of wild ass news.
good.
I know y'all want to talk about what's going on with Puff Daddy. Don't worry, I am definitely getting into that, but that is like a whole new story in its own self. Don't y'all worry, we are definitely going to talk about it. But I want to start with some things that's going on over on the East Coast. So it's a man who is the self-proclaimed governor of Harlem, and he also claims to be the great grandson of Marcus Garvey. Now, if you don't know who Marcus Garvey is, you probably should go ahead and read a book. Try.
Right.
He is who Dr. Umar believes he is. Okay. He was the very first militant. He is, of course, known to be of Jamaican descent. He started the Pan African Revolution. Follow me. So, this man who claims to be his great grandson has been arrested for punching several white women in the face after one hitman went viral on the Tickety Talk. I don't know if you all have seen those videos of those white women with lumps and bumps, or looking like they got like something on their face. They're getting punched in the face randomly over by I believe it was by NYU in Soho, and in that area. So when it turned out to be a black man, I was taken aback quite a bit. More so by his name, Skabuki Stora. That's his name, Skabuki Stora.
Mm.
He's 40 years old. The crazy thing about this whole situation is there was a viral video of a black woman in the New York City subway screaming and going ham because she was saying, this man is assaulting me. Like, this man did something to me. He following me, and I've tried to, remove myself. I've walked away, and the man just, won't leave me alone, and I don't feel safe. And she going crazy, going crazy. They recorded her, and like they pan over, and one of the police officers is a black woman. And she's looking at her like she crazy. Now, this is the only thing. If somebody is telling you that this person is bothering them and you are here to protect and serve, and I'm telling you, I don't feel protected or served, we got some serious issues. So, you know, she raised hell and nobody said anything. And now here we are 2 weeks later, and you punching white women and getting locked up. That's what you get. Not the white women that got punched in the face. I'm not saying that just because they're Caucasian women they deserve to be hit. I'm just saying believe black women. At least sometimes. Damn. You know, we're at the scene of the crime, and I'm telling you that this man did something to me, and y'all let him go. And then now you got all these white women crying about it, and now y'all looking for him. He is also a failed politician.
Okay.
Yeah, the man ran for office several years ago, did not win. Mm-hmm. So it's ugly. Now, while we are in New York, we're gonna stay in New York for just a little while longer. I don't know if y'all seen the New York mayor get ate up by a political commentator. I don't want to butcher her name. Oleyemi Olurin. She's a black woman. She basically ate him up for basically deserting the people he swore to protect in an effort to show support for the police. I want to go ahead and I'm gonna play the clip for you guys, so you can see her basically tell him, yeah, you know.
As me want to highlight and point out, an officer was killed the other day, which is a rare occurrence across the United States, but let alone in New York. New York police officers have killed at least 7 people this year, including a 19-year-old. An NYPD officer killed a 19-year-old in Queens yesterday.
I'm not going to dismiss the loss of a life of an innocent person that wears a uniform to protect us.
But you do, of the 31 people dead at Rikers, and the 19-year-old killed yesterday.
I feel like I don't want to take you out of context, and I don't want people to all of a sudden criticize that you're being dismissive of a young man being shot
Mayor
and
Adams,
killed.
that's not going to work on me.
I'm not trying to work anything on you. I lost a member of the police department the same way I go to see the mother of an 11-month-old baby that was shot in the head when I first became mayor, and I sat in the hospital with her. The same way I go visit these mothers who lose their children to gun violence, I go see them.
Yes, but not the mothers of the people who are dying in Rikers.
Just as I go to see the family member of a slain police officer, I go visit those parents that lose their loved ones to violence.
Are you visiting the family of the?
Do you do that?
First of all, yes, I did. I held a right. I represented hundreds.
You went to visit the family member of a slain officer?
No, not the slain officer.
Okay, of course you did.
No, but what about the 19-year-old that was killed yesterday by NYPD in Queens when he called for help? Have you said anything about that? Are you visiting them?
Yeah. First of all, that's my bad.
In the same.
So he was doing apples and oranges, and Shorty was not with none of it. She basically was just like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but you're not talking about what I'm talking about. There was a 19-year-old boy killed on Rikers Island by COs. What are you doing about that? We're like, the city is telling you that the police ain't doing nothing. That goes back to what I was saying about the one hitman getting caught. You're weird. Like, you're weird. And lastly, before we get into Suave with the sports, so y'all know that Baltimore Bridge fell, or it got severely damaged. Yes. Named after the racist white man that wrote the national anthem. I don't know his name. Bear with me. I have to find it. Francis Scott Key. The Francis Scott Key Bridge went down after a cargo ship hit it. Now, several people lost their lives, right? This is in the wee hours of the morning. So I know you guys all know about the DEI department being shut down, you know, in the government or whatever. And a young black mayor, Brandon M. Scott, he arrived to the scene before the rest of the local officials and the press in a Baltimore Letterman jacket. Now, mind you, this 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning is super early. So this man jumped out his bed and went to go check on what's going on in his city, because this is a major, this is the way they get in and out the city. This is a major bridge there. They was already doing construction. It was construction workers on there that died. They were pulling bodies up out the water, all kinds of stuff, just terrible. I believe it was cars on there too. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong because I was asleep when it happened. I ain't the man.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, immediately after he goes on the news, there are these racist ass tweets, basically calling him a DEI hire, saying that he only got to be mayor because he is black. He looks like he bums cigarettes. He looked like he sell drugs. I mean, Twitter was going absolutely nuts. And one of my favorite commentators on MSNBC, I only really see it on TikTok. I'm not going to even lie to you. I can't remember her name, but when I show you guys the video, I'm going to look and see if her name pops up on that video. But this was his response to the things that are being said about him.
Tomfoolery and attacks on you for having the nerve to be black and also a mayor.
Well, I think, listen, I know, and we all know, and you know very well, that black men and young black men in particular have been the boogeyman for those who are racist and think that only straight, wealthy white men should have a say in anything. We've been the boogeyman from them since the first day they brought us to this country. And what they mean by DEI, in my opinion, is duly elected incumbent. We know what they want to say, but they don't have the courage to say the N-word. And the fact that I don't believe in their untruthful and wrong ideology, and I am very proud of my heritage and who I am and where I come from, scares them, because me being at my position means that their way of thinking, their way of life of being comfortable and suffering, and while everyone else suffers, is going to be at risk, and they should be afraid because that's my purpose in life.
Simple. The thing about this that, aggravates me is that if you look at all of the elected officials for Baltimore, which is a mostly black city, even though they don't want you to believe that, they're all black. It's 2 African American women and 2 African American men. The top people for their government is black. So for people to be going online, I mean, I get it. They hate us. You know what I'm saying? They don't like us. I understand that. But like, come on. So now everybody is only hired because of diversity, equity, and inclusion. You wouldn't need diversity, equity, and inclusion if there was diversity, equity, and inclusion already. Like, are we dumb or are we stupid? What's the problem? It was mind-boggling. It was just super disgusting, all of the things that they were saying. I hated it. Now, on a lighter note, before we get into the sports, y'all know Gypsy Rose, the young girl whose mother basically was poisoning her and making her pretend to be sick so that they could get different perks from like the government and Make-A-Wish Foundation and all that kind of stuff. And she ended up killing her mama, or having her boyfriend that she had met online kill her mama. Well, she got out of jail and she had married her pen pal while she was in jail. She been out of jail. I know it ain't been a year. I know for sure it ain't been a year. She's already getting divorced. She don't want to do it. My thing is this. She had to pretend to be younger than she was. Years. The only friend she had was her mama. You think she know how to sustain healthy relationships straight out of jail?
Right.
That man, he thought he was going to get a check. That's what I think. Nonetheless, always the more. What's up, Suave, with the sports? Not rubs hands like Birdman. What?
So, what's up, good people? This is Suave with the sports. Ice Cube. I don't know how he thought this was gonna go over, but for you guys that don't know, Ice Cube, kept it on the hush that he wanted to offer Caitlin Clark $5 million to join Big Three, which is, the spring summer basketball thing, 3-on-3, to join the league. And just as I thought, A lot of people were not happy about it. You know, current WNBA player Lexi Brown came out and pretty much tweeted she the only one that you can offer this kind of money to. You know, because let's be honest, Caitlin Clark, she's a great basketball player for the women. You know, I ain't gonna lie, it's something about her. Because this past year, you know, she plays in Iowa, which is in the Big Ten, the Midwest. They were selling out games.
Mhm.
How many women basketball teams you know are selling out games? And I want to say they play in the same stadium as the men. So that tell you right there, she bringing the money. She's bringing, you know, you're gonna reap the benefits. But I think and then when Ice Cube was asked about it, he pretty much was like, I wanted to keep it on the hush. I didn't know it would get out. But people mouths are like diarrhea. You know, as soon as they find something out, they got to tell. And you know, a couple current big three players were saying like, "Damn, how you gonna offer her 5 when some of us only getting 10 to 12,000?" Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
you know, it's Ice Cube. Some things you just gotta keep to yourself. I think going forward, because now people are gonna look at you different. You know, and Kaylin is a white girl that can play basketball. You know, the basketball player Lexi Brown kind of came at it. She was a black woman. She's like, no racist stuff, but why is she the only one you offering this money to?
Right.
You know, she was like, you got myself, you got Angel Reese down in Louisiana. That's still, you know, I want to say one of the highest NIL earners in women's basketball. You know, she was like, you could have went at this a bunch of different ways. You could have went at some current WNBA players. You know, give them that money. You know, so Ice Cube kind of put his foot in his mouth, and I think it's gonna look bad. It's gonna look bad on him. You know, going forward.
I thought that the big three was like, this is not to be like, exclusive. Yeah, okay, it's exclusive. I don't care.
Yeah.
I thought the big three thing was a black thing anyway. It's not a black thing.
No, well, it's black, but it's former NBA players. The only thing is really, if she was to do it, she would be the only woman, I want to say, to play. I know they got some women coaches. I don't know if any women are playing, but she would be the first woman to play. And yeah, go ahead.
Nope.
So yes,
I ain't
it's a
gonna get
bad
myself
look.
canceled.
It's a bad look. It's a bad look. And like I say, next time, Cube, if you ever have a thought like that, keep it to yourself.
Shut up.
Because, you know, people gonna take it and run with it, and they're gonna feel some type of way. And, you know, a couple people, you know, Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero, as a lot of you probably remember, he was like call his bluff and accept it. And I don't blame him. I would too. If I'm her father, I'm like, tell him you accept.
Right. See what hit the account.
Tweet at him and be like, bet, win the first game.
When's practice? Where do I suit up?
No,
Y'all know my size already.
What they don't practice, because it's 3-on-3. They only do it, I want to say, Saturdays and Sundays in the summer.
So you gonna find it? Nope. Anyway, what else?
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly whatever you was about to say. Exactly. And in other news, Caleb Williams, highly touted quarterback that may be a Bear in the next few weeks. They came at him on social media because he was at the Lady Trojans. They are in the women's NCAA tournament. He was at the game, hanging out, chilling, dancing to Earth, Wind, and Fire. And, you know, he has a pink phone. And he has for what it looked like, was a pink phone case. And, you know, they just ripped into my man. You know, he seeming kind of zesty and this, that, and that. Look, man, let's not act like we didn't have a guy named Dennis Rodman running around here in dresses and different things. Like, it
And
don't.
Dennis Rodman had the hose.
Caleb might too. He just low key with it. But Caleb did fire back. He was like, they thought they made it a thing. He was like, he got pink nails and pink lips. He's like, my nails ain't pink, they clear. My phone is pink, so he was like, my wallet is white. Why you tripping? My lips pink, but your girl like it. And like a video cut off.
Okay.
I was like,
I am not mad at him.
Yeah, I'm like, bruh, what? We gotta stop. This is a day and age. Everybody is not gonna be the man's man. Some people have a different way of doing things. They may say, I look different because I got both ears pierced. Who cares? Just let them be. Let them be. Let that boy, if that boy is a little zesty, let him be zesty.
Right.
Let him live his life. Why are we worried? As long as he throwing touchdowns on Sunday, I don't care what he do.
You hear me?
From Monday to Saturday, I don't care. So, yeah, man, Caleb, if you ever see this video, do what you do. Hopefully you become a Bear and you can change the fortune of this franchise. This is a great town to win. You win here, just ask Michael Jordan what happens. You win here, you might as well be the GOAT everywhere because nobody from Chicago is going to deny it. But, yeah, that's all I got because, both of those kind of irked me. I'm like, Cube, you kind of tripping. But they did say if she was to accept it, they say she would be in the top 25% of NBA players, like per game. It would be like, I want to say like $500,000 a week. If she was to accept it, they say she would be top 25 in NBA earnings. So, hey, Kalen, call his bluff. See what Cube talking about. He might have it. Hey, Friday did well.
Well, they say that Ice Cube pay well, and that he has been the first person to pay a lot of comedians.
Yeah,
what they were due. So I don't think that is that he doesn't have it. It's not even that I'm mad that he chose her because I don't really know how she play basketball or nothing like that. No, I'm not really into
like that.
Women's basketball.
She's like people may kill me for this. She's like a white Steph Curry. Like if Steph Curry was a girl, that's all. Like she be pulling that thing. It's like, bro.
Well, I mean, if the girl is good, then let the girl play. I don't know. It just always seems so ugly because of how everybody seems to treat Black women. And I just feel like that some things, they definitely are rooted in self-hatred and hate for Black women and all that kind of stuff. Other things may just be a business move. So, why are we so mad? I would need more information on that to actually, decide that I'm upset about that. Because, I mean, yes, it's a lot of money. No, I don't think that he should be giving it to somebody straight out of college that's not even an NBA player. But if it's happening, it's happening. It is what it is.
And I don't think, call me crazy, I don't think she would have the success people think. Because now you're playing against grown men. They barely want to get showed up by each other, let alone a woman. 21, 22-year-old woman at that.
She gonna have a hard way to go because men are scary.
Yeah.
Men are.
It sounds good though, but I don't know, Caitlin. I don't know.
That.
See if he could give you a meal and you could just retire right away. I retired, Q. I gave you a meal. I retired.
Who, me? Oh, what I'm drinking is watermelon lemonade. Lemonade. Yes, it is infused. I drank half of this last night.
Damn.
That baby was gone. And now, don't get me wrong. I don't sell the pouches when it's not the summertime at my at those events and stuff like that I've been at. However, I do sell them in a very pretty bottle, which I'm sure that I have showed you guys before with the black top. These are available for shipping and delivery in the Metro Chicagoland area. And by Metro Chicagoland, I mean the South Side, maybe a little bit over east. If I got to grab my passport because I got to go to the West Side, you might need a little shipping. Nonetheless, always the more. It's about that time. I'm not starting with Diddy because it's too much going on with that, but I'm coming. Don't you worry. So by now, everybody should have seen Quiet on the Set, which is basically a documentary on Dan Schneider and how awful of a person he was, and the pedophiles that were on sets like All That, The Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, Victorious, Sam and Cat, I want to say iCarly. Oh my God.
Zoe 101.
Yeah, I said, yeah, I definitely got Zoe 101. So it was
all that too. I didn't even know.
Yeah, it was, yeah. He was one of
Him and Diddy. He was the executive producer.
So anyway, as I was saying, well, didn't I just tell your ass I wasn't going to Diddy first? Anyway, so if you are anything like me and you grew up as a 90s kid and you watched All That, you remember those dares and all that kind of stuff, you remember those shows, it kind of does ruin your childhood, because you think about, like, as a child, yeah, it was funny because I really wasn't paying attention to it, but then you look at it now and you're kind of like,
well, we wanted to be those kids. Like,
we did. We wanted to be those kids so bad, but they were going through so much. I was disappointed because I didn't see like Kenan or Kel say anything, because I didn't understand. Like, y'all know that's your money makers. You need to put the money makers on here. Well, Kenan finally spoke out on the Tamron Hall show. He looked very sad. I'm gonna go ahead and play that clip for y'all.
No runner, so our worlds weren't really like overly, overlapping like that outside of all that necessarily. And then all that negativity kind of started happening outside of like our tenure there. You know what I mean? So like, I wasn't really aware of a lot of it, but my heart goes out to, anybody that's been victimized or their families, you know what I mean? I mean, like, I think it's a good thing that the doc is out and it's, putting things, on display that need to be, stories that need to be told for this, accountability's sake. But it's definitely tough to watch because I have fond memories of that place, and I have fond memories of, my co-stars and stuff like that. So to hear that they've gone through.
Why stop?
It was a different showrunner. So our work.
All right, guys. There we go. Okay, so for some reason it wouldn't play the whole thing, but nonetheless, he was just saying it was difficult to see, his showmates go through or speak on going through that. He looked very teary-eyed at everything, and this was more remorseful than the Dan Schneider interview that he had with Tebow.
Yeah.
Which was really weird and awkward to watch in the first place. The reason why I wanted to do this story before I got on Puff Daddy is, can y'all please stop trying to say, oh, they got Puff Daddy, when they gonna go get Schneider? Baby, none of them kids said that it was Dan Schneider that touched them. Did he expose them? Yes. Was he a misogynistic asshole? Sure. Did he do some horrible, horrible things? Yes. We have not heard from Amanda. Everybody just said that the man was just weird, which I get that. I am not downplaying their trauma. However, Puff Daddy is going to jail for sex trafficking, drugging people. Him doing it to underage girls ain't even the longest report in the case, which is horrible too. But did we forget that man shot a lady in the face? And that lady been saying that that's the person that shot her in the face for years, and he had to pay for it. Stop trying to put apples and oranges in the same basket. That's not how that works. It's not the same thing. It's not. I feel absolutely awful for those child actors. I've always thought that it was just horrible, you know, the things we find out later about child actors. So many child actors have been through so much. You know what I'm saying? And most of them always end up drug addicts or crazy or going through their thing. Like, I understand Britney Spears' early 2000s breakdown so much more as a mom than I did when I was young and I saw her shave her head bald and do all that kind of stuff. I totally understand it, because with trying to figure it out as you're coming into being an adult and not being in the public eye, that's shitty. It's hard. It's hard in general. But then to have the public eye on you since you were 5. All of the traumas that you've ever experienced, you got to push down so you can perform for other people. A lot of times your parents know that you are going through these traumatic experiences and they just worried about the money. You're their meal ticket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's awful. We got to do better. We got to do better and make shit make sense. All right, y'all. We're here. So I really did try not to let Puff Daddy take over the tea, but it really is just so much. I'm sure everybody, of course, knows that his homes was raided by Homeland Security and he left his kids at home to be handcuffed. He didn't give a damn about them damn kids. The twins, I found out, live with Quincy, who is the oldest son, and is actually the stepson of Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy raised him after Al B. Shore's deadbeat ass walked out on Kim Porter while she was pregnant. Al B. Shore took to social media to tell Quincy that he can always come home. The door is wide open. Baby, first of all, Quincy grown, and he takes care of them 17-year-old twins. He take care of them. Because obviously Puff Daddy can't do it. He ain't really around. The only people that really know the home is, I believe, like a home is like Christian, the twins, and Quincy, because they grew up with Kim. You know what I'm saying? She provided like a actual kind of normalcy, you know, for them up until her death. I'll be sure. I really want you to focus on keeping your health together and not drinking the wrong juice or water from Puff Daddy's henchmen that got your ass sick the last time that you was trying to write your tell-all book. Yes, we know that Jaguar Wright told it all, and we also know that that's your friend. So, and we also know that 90% of the things that Jaguar Wright says come into fruition. And if it don't come into fruition, like we know for a fact that it happened, it ain't far-fetched, and none of y'all ever can sue her for defamation of character. And she say some pretty defaming things. So I don't think that she's lying. I believe that you were trying to write a tell-all book, just like Kim Porter, and just like his name escapes me, Harrell. I know you don't know his name. Harrell, they started Uptown together, okay? And I know that y'all are going to know who I'm talking about. But, you know, he passed away, too, when he was writing the tell-all book. The only common denominator is Puff Daddy. The only one still living is Al B. Shore and Puff Daddy from Uptown Records. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, I want you to relax. Puff Daddy ran off to the Caribbean, then left Young Miami to fend for herself and all the rest of the defendants too, child. And you know they trying to say Young Miami is a madam and is a sex worker and a drug dealer, baby. She is bringing pink cocaine on planes. Now, however, one of her friends or whatever did take to Instagram to basically try to say that, you know, it couldn't have been Carisha, because Carisha was somewhere else that day, you know, and then they had video footage. Okay. Whatever you say, love. Of course, 50 Cent is having a freaking field day because he's been talking about 50 Cent being, I mean, not 50 Cent, but he's been talking about Puff Daddy being extra for years, right? So I don't know if you all know who Daphne Joy is, but Daphne Joy is 50 Cent's baby mama, who apparently is also one of the defendants in the trial. She took to her story to write, "I'm deeply hurt by the lies in Rodney Jones's lawsuit. The claim that I am a sex worker is 100% false and character assassination. I am retaining an attorney to explore all legal remedies against both Rodney and his attorney." Baby, good luck. The man has pictures and stuff like that. So even if you didn't do anything wrong, love, you guilty by association. And yeah. 50 Cent been called, said he didn't know you was a sex worker. He said he had no idea. After he had posted that picture, after 50 Cent posted a picture of Puff Daddy and Daphne Joy walking hand in hand and obviously in a relationship, she took back to her story to say, everything is a joke at 50 Cent. Everything is a joke to you until our safety is compromised, which is happening now. You're wreaking real havoc, frenzy, and chaos onto people's lives. How would you feel if Sire was the one in handcuffs for nothing? Girl, go to hell. We moved to New York to give you the opportunity to be a father to your son, and you saw him 10 times out of the 2 years that we lived 1 mile away from you. I'm tired of uploading and protecting an image to our son that you have never, ever earned. Let's put the real focus on your true evil actions, raping me, and physically abusing me. You are no longer my oppressor, and my God will handle you from this point on. You have permanently damaged the last hope I have for you as a father to preserve our family with these last and final false claims made against me. You have broken our hearts for the last and final time. Girl, you deep. Is you a ghostwriter for somebody or something? Because you deep. And not to say that your claims of rape are invalid. I really do hope that you do get the justice that you seek as far as that's concerned. If that's what happened to you, you know, sorry to you. However, you are named as a sex worker in a federal lawsuit. 50 Cent responded with, "You moved a mile away in hopes of having another baby with me, but I was busy. So you moved back and then you started receiving money for Brother Love. Now here we are, little sex worker."
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, y'all know that there had to be some tone deaf men, some very interesting characters to come out and say other weird shit about this Puff Daddy situation as well. Well, in response to 50 Cent, Stevie J's would, now let me tell y'all this. Stevie J is a defendant too. Whatever that man said Stevie J did, he did it. I'm gonna tell you how I know he did it.
I need to hear this one.
Did y'all ever watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? Ever? Like any episode from the first season to, I don't know, the 4th season. That man is a sexual deviant. I believe that 100%. The way that Jocelyn acts, we know that she's a cokehead, so we know that there's drugs involved there. Okay. The way that the way that Mimi acts, like, and that's his child's mother. He has 1,000 kids from everywhere. He did revenge porn on Eve in the early 2000s. It was awful.
You watched it?
Yeah. The hell? Have we met? Yeah, I watched it. Yeah. The video was up. I seen it. Moved on. You know, I saw the video where they were saying that it was Stevie J in that freaky dicky. You know what I'm saying? I saw that video. As long as I could take it, it made my stomach hurt. I don't like stuff like that. It's too much. But with that being said, this was his response to 50 Cent.
You and your feelings about Daphne? Is she with gang them? Or is it that you sucking little Rod? However it go, I want you to fade. All that. Since it's entertainment, let me beat the shit out of you on TV or something. Don't duck that. I'm calling you out. What you want to do, Curtis? Curtis!
It's creepy. It gives you did it. It gives you did it. This is the thing. You keep on that the fact that you keep on just completely like flat out denying the entire thing. It just like as just deny what they saying you did. That's what Daphne Joy did. She's just like, I don't be selling my booty. I don't do that. Now, you know, I might have me a baby by a rapper. I ain't selling no booty. Kanye came out with a screenshot where Puff Daddy apparently texted him and said, as soon as I land, we'll meet face to face. Send me your address. Kanye responds, N-word, F, U-C-K, you a fed. So Boosie, of course, takes the live and he gets to saying, why ain't nobody that was toasting with him at the parties taking up for him? Ain't none of y'all gonna stand up. That is a black man going through it. Go to hell, because you tone deaf as hell too.
He is.
You very much tone deaf. Uncle Luke is saying, you know, we don't know the facts, you know, and it's Uncle Luke, bro. Like, they lightened what Freaknik actually was to tell your story. I don't believe you. I've seen your videos. You don't stand a chance with an opinion here. It's no shade, but like, we don't. You co-signing for somebody that is being named as a sex offender, a drug trafficker, basically a pimp, and your name is Uncle Luke. I don't believe you. I don't. He gives gorilla pimp vibes. He does. And if you don't know what a gorilla pimp is, I don't know why we're friends, Nico. Have we ever met? Do you know nothing about 70s pimps?
Why you gotta be a gorilla pimp though?
A gorilla pimp, you know, one of them ones like, you is not my hoe. Those. That's what he gives. Slim Thug. Chap, ain't nobody been yearning to hear Slim Thug on a track in years, for one. He comes out with some video talking about how y'all just run with it. Y'all just go with it. Baby, you're doing it to your cousin. That is the story that's going right now. You have a relationship with your cousin. Tyrese posted a video of Farrakhan talking about don't laugh when another man falls down because it could be you. Learn something from that man and this, that, and other thing. Tyrese, you're a B-lister now. If you ain't doing a Fast and Furious movie, don't nobody want to see it. And your tickets, your concert tickets are like $50, $60. No shade, because I still like Tyrese and I still go see him.
How you say all that? Then say no.
I will. It's not to shade him. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying focus on something else. Like, this is just not the time. And then for you, he penned this long letter and talking about how he can't just negate all these good times that he had with this man and how his music. Nobody ever wanted to hear Puff Daddy song with Puff Daddy, by Puff Daddy, and only Puff Daddy. We only wanted to hear the remixes where you put your artists on there and you did this. That's it. Them the songs. That's all. When you started making those bands and stuff like that, we didn't want to necessarily hear it because it was you. We just thought that it was probably going to be some good music that didn't have nothing to do with you. Stop it. Nonetheless, always the more. Lastly, I just want to give y'all this last little response to Puff Daddy's houses being raided.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Killer, I'm doing good,
That's
man.
amazing.
Reparations is getting closer and closer. I'll be sure to give you your percentage.
I ain't had nothing to do with that money. That's all yours, man. I was on the next boat. Yeah, man.
Oh,
I'm
man.
getting closer and closer,
Closer
man.
and closer.
Okay.
The big payback.
This has been the last year. Has really kind of been the big payback for you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of last week. You went Destiny. You done Destiny.
Now, there is a lot of nervous laughing here, but I want y'all to take it back to the early 2000s when Mace came out with Welcome Back, Welcome Back, Welcome Back. Remember when he came out with that? They pulled up an old interview during that time where Mace said the reason why he ended up going to church and becoming a pastor is because he was getting drunk. He was real high at a party, a Puff Daddy party. He was in the bed. Puff Daddy was in bed with him, and he looked over and saw the devil in the corner. That's what that man said. He never negated that. He never said that he did not say that. This was a real interview. Whatever they say that man did, he did it.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. So we got to close out with our Ratchet history like we always do at this time. Don't do that. Why you always act irritated by my Ratchet history?
Because it's about to be something
I don't do that to you when you do Suave.
real crazy. Your Ratchet history be like, where did you find this? That's the thing about, like, from the beginning with the little Jack. We didn't need to know that. We didn't need to know there was sister wives, cousin siblings. That's a lot. I know. I wonder why all them kids looked alike. Nah, no. That's crazy.
Inbreeding is weird. But speaking of weird,
On purpose. That's the wildest part.
did y'all know that Diana Ross stole Gene Simmons from Cher, who was her best friend at the time?
Jeez,
Yes.
really?
So apparently Cher and Diana Ross met in like the 1960s, right?
Wow.
And Cher said that she didn't even like Diana Ross because Diana Ross kept messing her name up. Now, how you mess up Cher, don't know, but you definitely did that shit on purpose. So fast forward to like the 70s, and they meet again, and they end up sitting down and getting to know each other, and they like each other. Like, they become the best friends. They play tennis together. Cher helped Diana pick the cover for her album, Diana, which was a very iconic cover. She's known for that cover. And then in comes Gene Simmons, and Cher and Gene Simmons are in love, and they are in this whirlwind love affair. And he even calls her his untainted first love. Like, in his mind, their relationship was like the best relationship that there could have ever been.
Yeah.
And Cher said the same thing. They end up getting a house together. They intertwine their children together, all this and that. And in comes Christmas 1979. So Gene asks Cher, well, you know, what you want for Christmas? Cher says, oh, call my bestie and, go shopping so y'all can, really get, because she gonna know. She gonna know to get the shitty shits, Which I don't know why you ladies do that. I almost called y'all hoes. I apologize. I don't know why you ladies do that. It's a little bit weird. If he's shopping for like your engagement ring or something like that, he should reach out to your friend if that's what he want to do. Don't just invite your man to your friends, especially a friend you ain't even been knowing that long. And your first man told you didn't like that hoe. Your very first instinct said you ain't like her, but you decide to go ahead and do your thing. Nonetheless, always the more. He calls Diana, they go shopping. He says Diana is extremely seductive. She is so soft but firm at the same time. I believe he was talking about that ass. Cause what?
Bro, what is wrong with you?
But it was just, he was just I just fell under her spell. So they dated for a couple years. Now, mind you, I told y'all that Cher and that man had just got the house. Cher and that man was still living in that house while they was dating.
Wow.
Yep. So she definitely did that. But here's the kicker. This is where the tea comes in. Gene Simmons then leaves Diana Ross for her brother's wife's sister, who is a playmate.
This is crazy. This is a lot.
What goes around comes around. I just want to thank y'all so much for watching us live on Vibes. I do it because it is such a good time.
Ratchet history is getting out of pocket.
It's not. These are things that you guys need to know. These are things you need to know about some of your favorite artists. Okay. I really enjoy doing this show. I'm so glad that those of you that do watch weekly do watch and everything. Nico, you know that I appreciate you coming on the show with me and doing this whole thing with me, because it's a lot more fun to talk to somebody than it is to talk to yourself. It's a lot more fun. With that being said, as I stated, I do have the delicious edibles, brownies, cookies, seasoning, sugar, honey, anything you could possibly think of to be infused. I'm your girl. Cookies. I already said cookies. I meant to say chips, popcorn, all those good things. I do deliver Chicago metro area. And I also
and the West Side. Go ahead.
I prefer not to, but I will. And I also do shipping. I prefer to ship to the West Side.
Okay.
And Nico is my barber, and I'm trying to grow my hair out, so it's just not working out for me right now.
Hey, whenever you're ready, come on down.
Nico, what you got going on?
Busy weekend with Easter. If you need a haircut, you got till about 3:00 tomorrow to call me. But other than that, every Sunday, me and 3 of my guys, myself, 950 Kev, T Jones, and the OG, we have a sports show on Instagram Live. If you ever, just want to hear just 4 perspectives, just talk, about basketball, football, any current topics in sports, tune in, holla at us. Nico Suave _media on IG. And also when you need that haircut, just hit me on here, DM me, and I'll send you the information. I got you.
I am Tia _2 Chanel on Instagram, T with Tia on TikTok, and I already have me on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter because you see my stuff. Definitely DM me if you are interested in the delicious edibles, or if you need a notary, because I'm also a notary signing agent.
Ooh, you got some money.
And I definitely be traveling and doing all that kind of stuff too. Holler at your girl or whatever or what have you.
Put me in the game, Ghost.
Everybody be safe tonight and this weekend. I heard it's going to be nice. So be careful and be safe. Yeah. Bye.